Have a nice day. Today is Wednesday, 22nd of March 2023. This day is celebrated as World Water Day, which is held annually on 22nd March as a means of focusing attention on importance of fresh water and advocating for the sustainable management of fresh water resources. 22nd March is celebrated also as the birth anniversary of the following personalities, including the most important one, Ghulam Yazdani. 22nd March 1885 to 13 November 1962. An Indian archaeologist, he was one of the founders of the archaeological department during the colonial era of Hyderabad Nizam. Ghulam Yazdani, remember the name. So, starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that 6.6 magnitude earthquake in Afghanistan rocks Delhi, NCR, other parts of North India. People gathered outdoors following tremors at Shakarpur area in New Delhi, Tuesday, March 21st, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that Centre gives North Delhi a budget to be presented on March 22nd. Delhi Assembly during a budget session at Vidhan Sabha in New Delhi on Tuesday. The Hindu newspaper also states that diaspora gathers in solidarity outside Indian High Commission in London as another plan for March 22nd. Members of the Indian diaspora in the United Kingdom gathered outside the Indian High Commission in London for a demonstration of solidarity in the response to Khalistani protesters taking down the Indian flag from building. Here is a complete image. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that Afghanistan quake shakes North India. Aftershocks unlikely. The United States Geological Survey (USGS) measured the earthquake to be 6.5 magnitude and located about 300 km northwest of Kabul towards the border with Tajikistan. Tuesday night, earthquake originated 187 km below the surface, according to USGS. Indian Express also states that Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud to present Ramnath Goenka Journalism Awards today. Instituted by Ramnath Goenka Foundation, the Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards celebrate the legacy of the founder of the Indian Express Group. The jury of this edition of the Ramnath Goenka Excellence in Journalism Awards included Justice B.N. Shri Krishna, retired Professor Dr. S.C. Rajkumar, a founding Vice Chancellor and Dean of O.P. Jindal Global University, Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, a former Chief Election Commissioner, and K.G. Suresh, Vice Chancellor, Makhanlal Chaturvedi, National University of Journalism and Communication. Indian Express also states that Indian economy likely to keep a pace of expansion. We are optimistic about India, whatever the orders, says the Reserve Bank of India. Unlike the global economy, India would not slow down. It would maintain the pace of expansion achieved in 2022 to 23. We remain optimistic about India, whatever the odds, Reserve Bank of India said in its State of Economy report released in the monthly bulletin for March. Reserve Bank of India's State of Economy report related in the monthly bulletin of for March. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper, status that explained who to blame for the first delay in tabling Delhi budget in 30 years. With Delhi government's annual budget presentation delayed for the first time in the last 3 decades because the union government did not sign off on it. It will now be presented on Wednesday. Constitutional and legal experts were divided over the origin and responsibility of the this unprecedented situation in the Delhi Legislative Assembly. Who is to blame for delaying in tabling annual Delhi budget? Hindustan Times also states that Vladimir Putin cheers to Xi Jinping's Ukraine peace plan, but West kill. Following talks with China's Xi Jinping, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that the Chinese proposals could be used as the basis of a peace settlement in Ukraine, cautioning against steps that may push the war in Ukraine to an uncontrollable phase. Vladimir Putin accused West and Kyiv for not being ready for peace. Russia-Ukraine war. Russian President Vladimir Putin right and Chinese Xi Jinping toast during their dinner. Hindustan Times also states that Delhi budget to be presented today as the center versus Kejriwal impasse ends. The Delhi government will present its annual budget on Wednesday after the Union Home Minister signed off on it, capping several hours of intense drama that Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal labeled an unprecedented constitutional crisis. Lieutenant Governor of Delhi Vinay Kumar Saxena, with Vidhan Sabha Speaker Ram Nivas Goyal and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Going towards the economy of the country, top 22% of firms remit 90% of the GST kitty, says Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman dismissed the Oxfam report, which concluded that richest contribute meagre amount to the GST kitty. India to back a global slowdown, maintain pace of expansion. Reserve Bank of India official as a logo of Reserve Bank of India at Reserve Bank of India headquarters in Mumbai. Tax demands on black money parked abroad cross 15,000 crore. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says bank situation stabilizing system is sound. Going towards the world news, including Russia's reliance on China rises amid Ukraine sanctions. Russian President Vladimir Putin says China has peace plan for Ukraine when West is ready. Japan Prime Minister Kishida's visit to Ukraine overshadows Xi Jinping's talks with Putin upsets China. Bangladesh careful about Chinese loans. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Kremlin says Putin and Xi Jinping discuss Chinese peace proposal for Ukraine. Going towards the science and technology, India misses our RE capacity target due to low solar rooftop wind energy project installation. Parliamentary panel. An aerial view shows a shepherd walk past a photovoltaic cell solar panel in the Pavagada Solar Park on October 11, 2021 in Kayataganchorolu village, Karnataka. Google begins public release of Bard. It's a chat GPT competitor. Accuracy, however, is still a concern. Bard will not always get it right. A Google pop-up notice warned during a demo. Why it matters? India lost 668,400 for a forest cover in the last 30 years. Sorry, I did not know. Actually, represents what India clocked the second highest rate of deforestation among the world's countries between 1990s and 2020. Astronomers sound alarm about light pollution from satellite. Astronomers on Monday warned that the light pollution created by the soaring number of satellites orbiting Earth poses an unprecedented global threat to nature. At last, there's a famous quotation by Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, whose birth anniversary is 18 July 1918, 5 December 2013, who was a South African anti-apartheid activist and a politician who served as the first president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first black head of state and the first elected in the fully representative democratic election. His government focused on dismantling the legacy of the apartheid by fostering a racial reconciliation. Ideologically an African nationalist and socialist, he served as a president of the African National Congress Party from 1991 to 1997. Mr. Nelson Mandela states that the greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Okay, thank you.